Hello everybody, welcome. We are so glad that you're joining us live today. My name is Rachel. I am one of the artists here at Colorful, where we are passionate about helping kids and families create memories and masterpieces. As you create today, I hope you will just give yourself grace as you learn a new skill. Really take the time to just soak in the moment, enjoy, connect with those around you, because that's what art provides, is amazing space for connection and a time of growth as well. So remember that you're building some foundational skills here that are gonna require some time and some practice. So don't be too hard on yourself. If you have not gathered your supplies yet, check the comments below. That's where you'll find a list of supplies that you need today to create with us. It's super simple, some really easy supplies. While you're in the comment section, go ahead and type giveaway so that you can enter one of our drawings for today. As well as go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate that. And those two things will get you entered into our giveaway. You're not gonna wanna miss it. We're gonna be giving away a pack of those amazing markers that you're gonna see in our drawing today, as well as a colorful apron. So make sure that you do those two things, subscribe and comment giveaway. If you have any questions or comments throughout, make sure to put them in the chat. We're gonna be in the chat live with you to help you in whatever way that we can. Watch all the way to the very end. I wanna encourage you to do that because we have a special announcement waiting for you at the very end of this video. Now, without further ado, all the announcements are done. It is time to create. Let's head on over.
All right, hello there, colorful creators. We're going to get started today on drawing our Converse sneakers. So I hope that you are excited to do that. As well, here we are going to be working with our marker set. So we're actually going to be giving away some of these markers at the end here. So we're going to be picking our giveaway winner from our subscribers. So if you subscribe to our channel, you will get one entry for that marker set, and if you comment giveaway, you're going to get 5 entries. So make sure that you go comment giveaway, and we will announce our giveaway winner on a later date to see who wins our markers and our apron as well. So I also have another artist here with me. Give us a little wave, Danny. Hello, Danny. She's gonna be here drawing with me today, and we're just going to be creating the Converse sneaker here together. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be starting with a sketch. So I have some pencils here that we can work with. These are some drawing pencils, but if you have a regular pencil too, you can also use that as well. So we have our pencils right there, and then so I'm just going to grab a couple pencils here. So I'm going to have Danny work with this pencil, and then I'll work with this pencil right here. And we're just going to start with our sketch to begin with. And we have our photo that we are working with as well. So we have a reference photo of our Converse sneaker that we're looking at, and we're just going to be looking at all of the different shapes of our sneaker and drawing that here. So we have a stack of paper, and then we also have our marker paper. So marker paper is really great because we're going to be filling it in with our marker set here, and this is going to not have any bleeding of our markers going through our paper. So we have that we are working on, so I'm just going to go ahead and get a couple pieces for Danny and I that we will be drawing. And all of these products are linked in the description here. And if you don't have marker paper, that's totally okay. You can definitely draw with just regular paper. Just know that you might want to put some pieces of paper underneath it so your markers don't bleed through on that. Okay, so we have our marker paper, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our sketch. So we're going to go ahead and start working on the top left portion of our shoe here and looking at the whole body of the shoe and making sure that it's centered within our page here. So if I'm looking at my my shoe, and then so if I'm looking at my shoe, I'm going to be drawing this little line right here and really just observing the shape that my shoe is moving in. And I'm just doing really light strokes here, really light drawing strokes. I'm not pushing really hard, so that way if I need to adjust or switch anything, I can do that. So just going really lightly and just kind of getting the main body of the shoe in here. Okay, so that's just really the back section that we have of our shoe. Yeah, great job, Danny. Yeah, and you can always adjust things whenever you are pushing really lightly with your pencil. You can always erase and move things around. So we also have a couple erasers here that we can work with as needed in case we need to erase something, because sometimes we make mistakes or sometimes we need to adjust things, and that's totally okay. Don't feel like you have to get it exactly right on the first try. Okay, and so I just kind of draw, that's going to be really this little section here, and then I'll go back in and add this bottom white strip here. And when we start with a sketch, again, the pencil is so much easier to erase and change than if we started in with markers. So I always start with a sketch whenever I'm doing any artwork. So just kind of trying to make sure, I'm going to extend this one out just a little bit more here. And don't worry about those extra lines. We're going to go back in and erase those.
Just like go up?
Yeah, you can have that. It kind of goes up a little bit in our photo. So kind of just have it go up just a little bit. Maybe pull this one out just a little bit like that. There you go. And pull that one up. Good job. Okay, so you can see even just within a little bit of time, we already have the shape of a shoe here that's kind of been formed. And really when you're drawing something, especially from real life, because we're wanting our shoe to kind of look real, essentially. So when you are drawing something to be real, you want to always be looking at your photo and really look at all of the edges and all of the lines to make sure that it matches your drawing. Because sometimes we think, oh, I know what a Converse shoe looks like. I have a pair of Converse shoes, right? So I know what those look like, and we're drawing from our memory. And sometimes our memory can forget things, right? I forget things all the time. So we want to make sure that we are looking at a photo that will help us to be able to draw something a lot more accurately. And then I'm just drawing, once you have that little section there, I'm drawing this little piece here where the laces are, and going down, and then that really kind of blends in right here. And really, if you look at that, this white part of the shoe, it connects here with this one. So those connect, and then the front white part of the shoe right there. Yeah, it looks great. And then that one goes, that's okay, it goes down and it connects with this one right here. So you want to take it down all the way to that edge. Yeah, and with our sketch, again, we can erase. So it doesn't matter if we make the wrong little sketch mark there, we can go back in and erase it and move it around. A lot of times people give up on art because they think that they didn't get it right the first time, and they're like, oh, I'm no good. But we just have to practice. And so, and know that we will make mistakes, and that's okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of weird because it like goes down.
It does scoop down a lot. That one does. It's kind of curved. And then we have our stitches that are going to be right here. So yeah, so we can actually sketch those in just a little bit, just so we know kind of around the area that we'll be adding our stitching into. Right about there. Okay. And that meets right about in the section where that top little section went together there. And yeah, and a little stitching mark there. Okay. And make sure that you have this one. That's our top one, and then our stitching right there. So that is just kind of like a nice soft swoop that goes down. Go. Awesome. And now we want to add in our little circle sections, which are going to be for our laces here. So our shoe actually has 7 little circles here, so we're gonna want to make sure that we have 7. So the first one starts here up at the top, and we're just gonna add a little circle there. There you go. And then move down just a little bit and add another one. Perfect. And then number 3. Right, and number 4. And 5. 6. And 7. Okay, and then we also have 2 little circles right here on the inside bottom of the shoe, so we're going to add those in as well. Those are really about on the second. If you follow your line down, it's about underneath your second circle up top. Yeah, you're about right, I would say. Yeah, I'd say you're good. So it's not exactly, but somewhere in there. And then this one's about on your 4th one going down. Yeah, awesome. Okay, now we want to go ahead and add our circle right here, which is going to have our star for our Converse. So we're going to add in that circle. And circles can be kind of tricky sometimes. So I always just like go around and then adjust it. You can also, another trick for drawing circles is find something around your house that is nice and circular. So with this one, since it's pretty small, you could probably do like a juice lid and trace around it. Or on bigger circles, I like using like a cup or a bowl or something, and that works really great for those. Yeah, and you can always just look at your circle and see, okay, this side maybe needs to go out a little bit more and kind of draw that out a little bit further. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, now we want to go ahead and draw our star. So stars can be a little tricky sometimes, so I'm going to show you a really easy way to draw a star. So first we're going to start here. It's going to be in the middle this way, but towards the top, okay? And we're going to draw almost like a V shape here. Put an upside down V, or as if we were going to draw a letter A, like a capitalized one. So we're going to draw one like that. And we want to make sure that we still have a little bit of room on the outside to write our letters, so don't have it be too big. Yeah, I'd say you're good with that. And you can always, again, adjust it a little bit as needed. And then we're going to draw one line across. Yep, and then we're going to connect this side line on the right down to the bottom. Good job. And then repeat that same process over on the other side. So now we have a star, and then later on we'll just go and outline and fill this in, so we won't have these weird little lines on the inside. Okay, and then we're also going to write Converse All-Star on the top and the bottom here. Now if you don't want to write anything on it, maybe you want to customize it and you want to say like Danny's All-Star or something, you can also do that too, but I'm just going to put Converse. And one thing with letters is it's really great because to start in the middle whenever you're drawing. So sometimes you can start on one side and you start drawing it and then you run out of space and you have to make your letters really tiny for them all to fit in. So start in the middle of your word right here where you want them to be. So the V and the E are actually in the very, very middle here. So we're actually going to go ahead and add those ones in right in the middle and then go out from there. So we're going to add the V and the E. That's okay, you could always make it a little bit bigger if you need to. So, yeah, pencil always erases, so that's always very helpful. And then we're gonna go down the side and do an R. And these letters are kind of tiny too, so it's hard to fit them in sometimes. So again, you can always leave those out if needed. And then S. And then another E. And then we're going to go over here to the other side and add our N. An O. And Z. Yeah, and we can always go back through. Oh no, it's kind of hard when you're drawing sideways like that. You have to like readjust everything. So, no.
Yeah, I did my in backwards.
That's just why I love pencils. We can just erase whenever we make mistakes. Like if we went in with our markers first, we wouldn't be able to erase, and we'd have to get a whole new piece of paper. So starting with our sketch first is so helpful. Okay, so we're gonna repeat the same process now on the bottom with the all start, and so the S is actually in the middle this time. So I'm gonna start with that. And then we'll go on to the T. And then A. Okay, and then on the other side, we'll leave a little gap. Those are two words, and then add the L, another L, and an A. Perfect. Awesome. And then there's actually some other little writing that's right here, so you can always add that in. But since it's so tiny, I don't actually write the words. I just do like this little squiggly line because it actually says Chuck Taylor right there, but I'm just gonna do a little squiggly. You can do a line. You could maybe, if you wanted to add another star or polka dot or whatever you want to do on that, you can add that right in there. So feel free if you want to customize that. Maybe you want to put a heart or your name or something right in that space. You can always do that too. Okay, so now we're going to go in and add some more detailing with our laces and then also some stripe on the bottom here. So first we're going to want to go to the back section here and add this little detail section. So on the back it actually has the logo again back there, and we're just going to add a little rectangle with a line in it, just like that. And we don't see all of that, but we know that it's there because we're on the side profile. Okay, now from there we're going to go and add in our laces. So I'm not going to lace up the top one, but you can always do that if you want to. But I'm going to leave that one open. So I'm going to start actually right here, and this is where it can be a little tricky, so you kind of have to think through where your laces are going to be. So if you want the easiest option, you can just draw your laces across like this. Okay, so they would just essentially go like this for the easiest option. And then you would have a lace going like this. But I'm going to add mine to have them be a little bit more interwoven with each other. And so I have this section here, and I'm gonna go up underneath here and have that go over. And then I'm going to add this one, and that's going to be from the underside of here to go over from that. And then just repeating that process. So I'm just looking at my photo and seeing where those laces are at exactly. Okay, so I'm going to start with drawing these top ones. So Danny, if you want to draw the top ones with me, we'll just start with drawing little sections like this. And that will probably be the easiest way that we can do that. And then we'll add the bottom sections underneath. So just draw the top little, and these are just little rectangles that we're adding there. So everybody can just draw these little rectangles on top, and then we'll add the underneath laces. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, laces can definitely be very confusing sometimes because they're all like woven together and you're like, what is happening? So yeah, this is a really easy way that you can do them. Awesome. And this one there. Okay, and then from there we're going to add like some of these back laces that are interwoven, because this lace actually goes up in here and then it goes underneath and connects up with this one. So we're going to go in and we're just going to connect them like a zigzag essentially. So add a connecting one that will start here at the bottom circle and go up to the top one there. Yep, exactly. And then you'll repeat that process on all of them. So once you break it down into a simplified way, it's a lot easier. It's not so confusing. right. And then once you have all of those, we're gonna draw a shoelace coming out like this. Yeah, awesome. Perfect. So I'm gonna go from this one and I'm gonna have my shoelace come around back here like this. But if you wanted to have your shoe tied, you could definitely draw a bow right here if you wanted. But this is just how I'm gonna do my shoelace. And I'm just making sure that it's gonna be about the same width as these other strings over here. And then I'm just gonna kind of curve it around as if it's kind of like resting on the floor. And then add a little rectangle right there for the ending, just like that. And then I'm going to go through it with my eraser and I'm just going to erase some of these back sections of this line so I don't get confused, because I know that this shoelace actually goes on top of that piece there. So we don't want those to show up. And so sometimes we just need to get rid of those so that way we don't get confused. So on your top ones that we drew here going into the circle, we'll just erase that little line that was in the middle of them, because those are sitting on top of that. So it'll be this little line that you'll want to erase. Yep. Yeah, because that lace actually goes over top of this section here. Yep. Well, it'll be this one. That makes sense. That's okay. Yep. So that one. That's okay. Sometimes we don't understand.
So on the top and the bottom?
No, just this one. Yep, just the top one right there. And that's why whenever we do our outline, we don't get confused and accidentally like put the line all the way through that. So they're going to be coming out of the circles there. Right. Okay, now from there, we're gonna go ahead and draw this bottom stripe that's right here. Before we do that, we wanna look, and there's actually a line that goes about right in here. It's going to be after your first circle there that goes down, and that's just another piece of the shoe. So we wanna go ahead and draw that in because the line doesn't extend, that black line doesn't extend past that. Yep. Just like that. So it just connects from the top of that rubber part of the sole to the bottom of the shoe. Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and draw our line. So that line is almost in the middle, but not quite. So it's a little bit more towards the bottom there. I'm just going to draw a straight line all the way across. Awesome, that looks great. Okay. All right, now that we have our sketch done, we're gonna go in and start with our outline, and then we're gonna be able to start coloring everything in. So this is the really fun part, because right now our sketch is like, okay. But we can go in with our marker. So if you have a set of markers, you're gonna go ahead and grab those, and you're gonna wanna grab a black marker. Okay, so I'm gonna have Danny use this marker here from our set that we're gonna be giving away. Remember to subscribe and comment so that way you can be entered in to win a marker set and also an apron. So make sure you do that. Whoops, my cap just jumped out. Now on the marker set, it's really nice because these ones have two tips. They have a bullet tip, which is going to be a lot smaller of a tip. You can do a lot more detailing. And then they also have this chisel tip here. which is really great for filling in. Thank you. And so we have those different options here. Okay, so for our outline, we're going to want to use a bullet tip. You can also use a Sharpie marker, just a regular Sharpie, or you can also just use just a regular black marker as well, like a washable marker. So I'll let you work with that one. And I have a Sharpie that I'm going to be working with. And with this part, all we're going to do is just trace over all of our sketch marks, okay, and create a really nice line. So we have, like with our sketch, we made maybe like a bunch of lines, but now with the marker, we want to do one nice, really long, really good line, okay? So with this part, remember, our pencils erased, our markers do not. So go slow, don't feel like you have to rush it, go slow, and really take your time to make sure that you get it good and you're not coloring over something that should not be colored over, okay? So I'm gonna start over here in the left corner and then work my way over to here, okay? So you can move at your own rate and speed here for this section. I'm just going over all of those sketch marks. And then after we do our outline, we'll go through with our eraser and we'll just erase all of those little sketch marks that are in the background. We don't want any of those showing up. And careful on your laces. I didn't do just one long line because these top laces actually go over top of this section of the shoe. And then same with this part of the shoe too. I didn't do just one long line here. I just did little sections because my laces go up and over them. Looks great, Danny. Have you ever drawn a shoe before?
No.
No, this is your first time. Do you have a pair of Converse?
Yeah.
Yeah? What color are they?
They're blue.
They're blue. Are you going to draw or color your Converse today like the shoes that you have?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. That's cool. Okay, we're just going to make sure that everything is outlined. And again, don't forget to subscribe and comment so that way you can be entered in our giveaway. So we're giving away one of the marker sets and also an apron, and those will be really fun. There's some more laces in there. Yeah, awesome. Doing great with that. So subscribe, get you entered in the giveaway once, and then if you comment the word giveaway in the comments down below, you will get entered in the giveaway 5 times. So you definitely want to do both, because then you can get 6 entries in the giveaway. And who doesn't love winning a giveaway? Is this easier or harder than what you thought?
It's easier.
Easier? Yeah. Sometimes when we look at a picture, it looks really confusing and we're like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. But really, whenever we look at it and we break it down into all the different like shapes, we see, oh, this is just a circle, this is just a circle, and this is just a little rectangle, and it makes it a lot easier. So it's not so overwhelming and confusing. What's one of your favorite things to draw?
I like drawing animals.
Animals, yeah. Any particular animal that you like?
I like drawing one.
A lion? Nice. Those are fun, especially if you draw like one that has a big mane on it.
The mane's really hard.
Yeah, fur can definitely be challenging for sure, because you have to draw all the little tiny, every single hair stroke of them.
This part's weird.
Yeah, that part can sometimes be a challenge. It definitely goes down a little bit, but then I would just connect this part right up there. Yeah. Yep. Just like that. And if you ever do mess up whenever you are working with a marker, even after you've done your sketch, sometimes you can always look at it and see if there's a way that you can fix it. Because sometimes it's like, oh no, this isn't perfect, but sometimes you can do some different things to change it and to make it look better and kind of fix whatever little mistake you may have thought you made. That's one thing that I love about art, is there's always a way to fix something or a way to improve it. Like my mom would always tell us that there's no mistakes in art because you can always change it. The circle is always the hardest to draw for me though, to go so slow. Is it helpful for you that we drew the sketch first?
Yeah.
And that we're now going over and doing it with the markers? Yeah, I definitely think that's very helpful for me too. So you're going to want to just keep working until you have your entire picture outlined. And the best part is coming where we get to color everything in. I don't know what color I'm gonna do on mine today. Just have to see. Now, looking over my picture, I don't think that there's anything else that I really need to do on my picture, so I think I have all that I need. Oh, this little section, the squiggly lines there. I think I have everything that I need. Okay, so you can just keep working until you have that completely filled in. I'm gonna go ahead and start looking at some color choices for my markers. So if you're still working on your outline, that's totally okay. Keep working at your own rate and speed, but I'm just gonna start looking at some different color options here. So I have a bunch of different colors, and last time I did kind of an orange type color. I'm either debating on maybe turquoise or maybe this like pastel pink color. I think would be kind of cool. Isn't that cool? Yeah, you might do this one. What color are your shoes that you're gonna do?
They're like the dark blue.
The dark blue. Oh, this color is really pretty too. I'm thinking that one. Maybe I'll do both these and these. Those would be cool colors, right? I like those. Okay, so I'm gonna do those two colors together. So I have those markers picked out. And then before I start coloring though, I'm gonna wanna go in with my eraser. So this eraser, you may have never seen an eraser like this, but it's actually called a kneaded eraser because you get to knead it and work it together whenever it gets full of all of your pencil marks and everything. But one thing that's really great about these erasers is when you erase, there's none of those little tiny little eraser boogers that get left on your paper. So that's really great because you can just go in and erase and you don't have all those little things all over your picture and it stays nice and clean. So I'm just gonna go in and erase all of my sketch marks And you can really see a transformation whenever you go with the eraser, whoops, and you erase all those little sketch marks. And if you need to as well, you can always like go and trace back over some of your lines to thicken them up if you want to spend a little bit more time, just making sure that all of those are really nice and crisp. One thing that's really cool about art that's super cool to me is the fact that even though we're drawing the same thing, it looks different.
Yeah.
You know, like I love that because it's so unique to every person who creates something. So even all of our people who are drawing at home, they're drawing a shoe too, but it's gonna look completely different to them. So that's one thing that's really cool. So if any of you guys have your pictures complete at the end of this, you should definitely go tag us in our social media so that way we can see on Facebook and Instagram, so that way we can see your guys' beautiful creations, because you guys got to see our artwork, but we want to see yours. So make sure that you go tag us in that. Okay, now that you're finished with that, yeah, it's stuck on the bottom of those, which is nice though, so you don't lose the lid. So yep, you can just snap that back on there. And then you'll want to go through with your eraser and just erase any extra little line marks that you may have in here, so that way they don't show through. If you're using a lighter marker, if you're using a really dark marker, it won't show through, but something that's a little bit lighter, so I'm using the pink, it might show through, so I don't want that. So I'm just going to start in with my pink and just start filling in my shoe here. So one thing that is wonderful about these alcohol markers, if you haven't worked with these before, is they're really great for blending in area, because you can get a really nice coverage on these markers. It looks so blended. So that part of the markers is really cool. So whoever our giveaway winner is, they'll be able to test these out and see just how great these markers are to work with. They provide such a good coverage. And since I'm doing a little bit of a lighter color, I'm just trying not to get too much in the black. They don't bleed too much, but I just want to be careful of that because I don't want them to mix any of that black color with it. So I'm just starting with the main body of my shoe and just applying the color however I want, in whichever color. So you don't have to do pink, you can do whichever color you would like. What's your favorite way to color in artwork? Do you like using markers or color
like
pencils?
watercolor.
Watercolor? Oh yeah, those are fun. And so the big chisel tip is really good for covering like big sections, but up next to the section that's kind of smaller, you can switch to the little one. And now at this point, it's like we almost just made our own custom coloring page, right? So if you wanted to, you could go run this through your copier machine before you add your color and make a coloring page. You can make a bunch of them. And you can have as many shoes as you want.
Paper is really cool.
I know, it's really awesome. I was really impressed by this paper. I just started using it recently because normally I just draw with regular like printer paper, but it absorbs it so much, like with all of that, and nothing has transferred over. Even though this marker paper is so thin, it like holds the marker and absorbs it really well. Because I always hate like whenever I'm working on something and the marker goes all the way through, like it's on my table. So that is really great for using that, and it's not very expensive either, so that will be linked down below, and you can always click those links and check out some of those art supplies that we're drawing with today, and test them out for yourself. We'd love to know what you thought of them. I like them, but I'd love to know if you like them as well, so go ahead and give those a click and you can shop those. I'm just going with my smaller little edge to fill in the edge here. And yeah, because of these markers have the different size tips, they're really great for coloring things in. So you can just switch back and forth between the chisel tip and the bullet tip.
Are we gonna do like the stitch?
Yes, we'll add the stitching as well. I like doing the stitching with, you can either do a black stitching if you want, but I think I'm gonna do my stitching in the blue. So with that, you'll just wanna do like, maybe like a little bit darker color so it can show up. I'm just gonna do that pink as well. We're almost there. You can definitely even add like some patterns inside of them as well on your shoe too. You're like the custom shoe that you've always wanted, right? Because you can actually customize Converse too, like when you order them, which is pretty cool. Or I've even seen people actually paint their Converse.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? They'll paint or draw actually on them, so that's pretty cool too.
Or if they're like white ones, you can tie them.
That's a good idea. This is turquoise. Yeah, I always think it's fun doing art in a big group of people with some friends because then you get to see what everybody else makes. I remember one time when I was younger, I did an art class with some friends, and the teacher would always have us get up and go look at everybody else's work. And it was really fun because you're focused and working on your stuff, but then whenever you got up and look at to see what everybody else is doing, it was always like really cool to see what they made as well.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a watermelon. This green, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and do like a watermelon theme and even put like some black little seeds on it for a print. Wouldn't that be cool on the pink? I didn't plan that, but I want to do it. So that's the thing too, like sometimes you start working on a project and you didn't plan something, but you're like, ooh, I had an idea. And then you get to be able to do that. So I always like doing that. And it turns out even better than what you thought. And I could always do like a strawberry too. That'd be kind of fun. Or, but yeah, like what you said, like the tie-dye would be a cool idea. Alright. Black here. And I'm just gonna do some seeds. Because I want my Converse sneaker to be watermelon themed. And then you can also, after you have colored things in, you can even go through and like if you want to thicken up some outlines at all or anything, you can always go back with your black marker and just kind of maybe make things a little bit darker where needed. I'm just going to go around all of my little shoe rings here. Just make those a little bit bigger. That looks awesome, Jenny. I love it. Are you gonna color your laces in or leave them white?
I'm gonna just leave them black.
Yeah, I like the white. I think if you colored them, you wouldn't be able to see them as well. I like the white too.
I want to do some silver letters.
Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah, some of those, like this one, yeah, like the metallic ones, that's the thing that I like really. I haven't been able to try out the metallic markers in this set, so you'll have to let me know how you like them. It'd be cool, you could even do them around like the silver rings. Ooh, I like that. All right, I think we're getting close to finishing our Converse sneaker. I hope you guys at home are also getting close to finishing your drawings and that you've enjoyed creating with us today. Remember that we really want to see your artwork. I would love to see all of the fun sneakers that you guys made. So go ahead and have your mom or dad take a picture and tag us on Instagram and Facebook, and follow us while you're there so that way we can see your artwork and we can also show it to all of our followers. So we would love to share that on our profile so everybody in our colorful community can see your awesome artwork. And don't forget as well to enter in our giveaway, subscribe to the channel, so that way you are entered in. That gives you one entry for the giveaway, and then if you comment giveaway in the comments below, that will give you another 5 entries to win our marker set and an apron. So definitely go do that. But you'll also just want to subscribe to our channel because we post a lot of fun art videos on there. Every week we post new art videos. So you want to go check those out and make sure that you're subscribed so that way you can learn how to draw more things. And you can even, like, if you want to see us draw something specific, you can comment or you can send us an email or message us on Facebook and Instagram and let us know what you want us to draw. And you may be the suggestion that we feature and we may draw what you suggested on our channel. So that would be pretty cool. All right. How's it coming? I like it. You have your star there if you wanted to fill that in. You could definitely leave it blank if you don't want to, but you could fill it in too. I love it, and I love that silver marker. The metallic on that was really cool. Just like that gold one too. Ooh, the little cards are so cute. You did such a good job, Danny. This was awesome. Thank you so much for creating with me today. I hope you had a lot of fun and you enjoyed creating with me. And again, remember to subscribe and go comment giveaway to see who is our giveaway winner. We will be announcing that in another video here. So you're gonna wanna subscribe to see if you are the winner of that. So again, thank you so much. And we will see you next time on our channel as we create more fun art at home. Bye.
Bye.
You made it to the end. Congratulations. We hope you guys had an amazing time full of connection and creativity and that you made some awesome memories and masterpieces along the way. We would so love to see what you created today, so post pictures of it, tag us, and that would really bring a smile to our faces. Make sure that you enter our giveaway real quick before you go, subscribe to our channel and comment giveaway, and then be on the lookout for a video coming out by us on Monday, June 12th. That will be an announcement of who our giveaway winners were, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that and keep an eye out for it. We hope you will join us again on our next live session on Saturday, June 10th, okay? 1 p.m. again, so please don't miss it. We hope to see you there again to connect with you one more time live. And thanks so much for joining us today. It really means the world to us. And We are just so glad we get the chance to connect with you. Share it with a friend so you can bring them along to that next live session. Thanks so much for joining us again. Have a great rest of your day.